Okay, so The Alienist, I'm 2 episodes in now, and it's a premise that is maybe the most overused premise on TV at this point. It's a detective who's trying to get inside the mind of a serial killer and understand his psychology and profile him. And this cat and mouse game with the serial killer and the detective, he's brilliant, but he's kind of antisocial, doesn't really understand social graces, is a bit eccentric. Sound like something you've ever seen? The difference with this is it's a period piece. It's set in late 19th century New York. And it's interesting, it's shot in Budapest. I guess current day Budapest most resembles late 19th century New York. And I think that this is one of the aspects of the show that really works the most and makes it stand out from other shows and maybe even makes this worth a watch. Now, the show, it's gray, it's overcast. They've really committed to creating this dark, grungy, dirty vibe. And you really get that Victorian, foggy, Jack the Ripper ambiance that helps the show, because sometimes when the show tries to be dark, and it's actually not, it's kind of tame compared to what we've seen, just the setting and the ambiance really helps it feel more dark than it actually is. We have every New York stereotype. We got the Italian mobsters. We got the Irish Catholic police force. We have the 2 Jewish characters who are pushing forward this radical new method of scientific inquiry. They're also kind of quasi-socialists. And the cast is fantastic. Dakota Fanning, people have mixed opinions on her. I think she's great in this. I think she's very icy, very robotic, and I think that she pulls off those roles best. She was really good in Twilight, actually. That was probably my favorite role of hers, playing this terrifying figure again. So I think it's a good role for her. We have Luke Evans. He's like a better looking Orlando Bloom, if you thought that was even possible, but he is. And then we have Buffalo Bill from Silence of the Lambs. Now, he's not the killer, at least I don't think, but he lands another evil role. So great actors, really cool setting. Right there, you've got a show that's very watchable, and this show is watchable for sure. What I think is going to determine whether it really becomes a really great show is whether it actually nails the dark aspect that I know it's going for. So we get this opening shot of this boy who's been murdered and his eyes have been gouged out, and the camera zooms in gratuitously on these gouged out eyes. But it was really disappointing and underwhelming. I know it sounds like it would be this great dark shot, but after all we've seen on TV, you couldn't feel. I know they were trying to make it dark, but it was pretty underwhelming. I compare it to the shot we get in True Detective, that opening shot of the woman who's murdered, and that shot right there just set the tone for the entire rest of the season, and this opening shot we got just didn't. But we do get some great moments. I hope they explore more Laszlo and his dark side. He gives this monologue about how if he's going to catch this killer, he's got to get inside the killer's head, and I've got to slit the boy's throat myself, and I've got to gouge his eyes out myself. And you're like, whoa, like, where is this coming from? And I hope they explore more, like, where is that coming from? So my take on the show is there's a lot of good there. There's a lot to like. I'm cautiously optimistic, but I'm still not convinced that they're really going to be able to pull off this vibe they're going for and really pull everything together. But I am going to watch, and I really hope they do. Okay, and last thing, not a big deal, but it bugged me when Laszlo says it's sometimes our weaknesses that are our biggest strength. And she says, oh, I'm surprised you admit you out of a weakness. And he says, oh, I was speaking metaphorically. He's actually not. He's maybe speaking hypothetically, or maybe speaking in general, or speaking in the abstract, but he's not actually speaking metaphorically. Minor thing that kind of bugged me, but not a big deal.